Let's get that copper. Yeah. Hey, what is up everybody? Hope everybody's having a great day today. So I am currently just down here at my shop, and today we're gonna be scrapping out some goodies. Alright, so we do have a nice little bin full of random goodies. So I will show you exactly what is in the bin. So the first thing we're going to strap out today are some electronics. We have a computer, an Xbox 360, a PlayStation 1. Next is this bucket full of goodies. So there is a bunch of little motors in here, some transformers, some brass pieces that we need to clean up, and all sorts of little different copper windings so we can get all that copper and brass. And last but not least, we have a bucket full of copper and copper wire. Now, as you can see, it is real nice thick copper wire that I'm basically just going to take a hammer and smash all the sheathing off because it's really old and brittle. And then there is some real nice stuff that I got here at my shop. Nice heavy duty copper. And then there's a pile of this copper sheeting that weighs quite a bit that I just want to flatten for easy storage. Okay guys and girls, we're gonna have ourselves a nice little scrap marathon. Yeah! So, we are going to start off with the electronics. And before we do that, remember, safety first. So the first thing we're going to start with is this HP computer. Now what's wrong with this is that the motherboard on it is basically fried. So we're just going to check out, see what exactly is inside. Now at our scrapyard, if you leave the computer basically with the components in it, you get a certain price for that. Now we don't really have a scrapyard that takes e-waste other than in the category of peripheral boards and computer and laptops full. So me taking out everything out of this isn't really going to gain me any money, but I do want to take the stuff for gold recovery and if there's a nice chunky heatsink in here. So let's do that. So we are going to take out this nice chunky heatsink right here, and under that will be a CPU. We are going to take out the RAM, obviously, the power supply, and the hard drive right there. So this is what we are going to keep. We have all the wiring and the power supply. We have a very disgusting heatsink. We have the hard drive, one stick of RAM, and the CPU. So everything else that's in there is just going to stay in there. I'm going to put the cover back on. That way we can still sell it as a computer. And I don't know if you guys can see that here, but just take a little look. It looks like something was melting. This whole fan and the motherboard is all covered in black goop. So something was melting. Alright, the next thing we're going to scrap is an Xbox 360. So you're going to want to take your hammer and just give it just a couple little taps. Like right here and right here. And maybe right here. And I think maybe one more here. Oh, one more there. Booyah! And out of the Xbox, we definitely want this little board here in the front, as it's got some nice gold flashing on it. And then there's another nice little chunky heatsink under there. So we'll go ahead and take that off. There's that nice piece of gold flashing. We have a Xbox 360 CPU. This is the nice little heavy piece of copper out of the middle of the aluminum heatsink. And this will probably just go in the same category as the computers. Boom! So the last electronic thing that I'm going to scrap out is this old, very yucky, does not work PS1. Now I do have a couple of power supplies. I'm actually going to put those with the other power supplies that I have, and I'll scrap those out in a future video. So nonetheless, let's get this apart. It just seems that there's 5 screws on the back, and we'll see what's inside. So not much to it. There's a board here. Now it does have a lot of chips on it. So if you are into taking off all the chips, there you go. And then there's just a couple pieces of steel. And that has a little piece of cast on it and a little tiny motor. So next, I have these nice pieces of sheet copper. Now I did scratch them and everything to make sure that they were in fact copper. They are really nice and heavy. So basically with those, I'm just going to compress them down using a hammer. Just like that. And that is easily 6 or 7 pounds right there. So next, we're gonna strip some nice chunky pieces of copper wire. Now this stuff here is something we're not going to strip. It's just regular like extension cord wire. But there is this huge piece here. Now it's really thick. It's the stranded copper. And I think I'm going to be able to just take a hammer and beat the sheathing right off of it, because it looks pretty brittle. So we're going to try that first. Oh yeah, she's brittle, super brittle. Nice little bucket full of copper. Check that out. Now we're going to do these nice chunky pieces of copper wire. Now hopefully we can just get it started and pull it right off, just like so. We'll actually put this in the vise and we'll just pull it. Open it a little cut. Just give it a little cut. Boom. Nice piece of bare bright copper. And there we go. So there's a nice little pile of bare bright copper, and then we got a nice little pile for the wire stripper. Alrighty, almost there. So now I am going to scrap out all these different little motors and copper windings and little transformers that come out of these plugs, and they're pretty heavy actually. And since I do have lots of time today, I'm just gonna slowly take all this apart and get all that copper out of there. So for these little transformers here, I just slowly take all the little ones that are on the end out, so that eventually you can release these and get the copper out of them. And there we go. Last one is all done. So as you can see, that was a little bit more tedious to get the copper out, but nonetheless the result is awesome. There's quite a few pounds of copper there, and once you find your rhythm, it goes a lot quicker. Like there was a couple that were a lot bigger, as you can see. They came apart really easy. So this is all we got left to do. We have a little bit of brass there to clean up. Just have to get a couple screws out of the end and make this all nice clean brass. And then we have these for copper motors or windings. I did check these with a file. They are copper. Now I'm not 100% sure if inside here is copper or aluminum, but we will find out. And then once we're done this, we will show all the copper we got so far. And last but not least, we got 4 plug-ins. And we'll add those to our little pile of brass that we have started already. Alrighty, all done. That nice little scrap session. Only thing left to do now is clean up the mess and sort it all out. All our nice piles of goodies we got. But we scrapped out every piece that we brought. So I'm going to get this mess all cleaned up. So I'm all done. Again, today was a perfect day to do it, as it is raining outside. Perfect day to do some scrapping. So we ended up with some good stuff here. That's pretty good pile of copper right there. I am going to weigh it out to make sure, see how much it is. Let's weigh this copper out. £15. So even if you minus a pound for the box in the little plastic container, that's about 14 pounds at $3 a pound. And can't go wrong, really. I am at work today, so I'm basically getting paid right now to scrap some metal because today's been a very slow day. So I do hope everybody's having a great day today. If you do like the video, definitely leave it a thumbs up. I'm going to be scrapping a lot more things in the future. Again, I am at work when I'm doing this, so it is fun for me. I do have permission to do this from my boss. He doesn't mind me doing this at work because I have all my work done anyways. So, and yeah, I just hope everybody's out there having a great day. And definitely keep pushing your dream, keep pushing your passion, no matter what. And always, guys, try to have fun with it. We will see you soon. Bye.